Hi everyone, it's Terry here and sharing my process video for the Peartree Cutfiles First Birthday Challenge 18, and that is to pair a cut file up with nothing. So you can't add colour or back the cut file. So I've cut my cut file from patterned paper. This is one of the Vicki Boutin Storyteller patterned papers in kind of a purpley colour, and I'm using the gears background cut file, which is something that I wouldn't normally choose, and I'm adding some distress oxides to the background. I've picked colours that go in with this collection, and I'm just creating circles of colour on my background, looking roughly at where all the circles are on that gears background that I've cut out. So now I've added the blue, I'm going in with the yellow. So I've used I think it's Blueprint is the blue one, and then it's fossilized amber, and I've got peacock feathers, so I'm just adding those in different areas. They do overlap a little bit and create different colours here and there, so I'm just using my brushes and each time going back to the cut file to see how it looks underneath. So now I've got lots of colour on, I'm just adding a bit of water to kind of tone it down a little bit and take away some blobs of colour. I'm going to add some stamping to the background. So I've got my trusty old script stamp that I've no idea where it came from, and I'm just stamping it in some black archival ink kind of in random places all over the background. And I'm just keep going back to what it looks like under that cut file. And I feel like it's a little bit too bright and bold under there, so I've pulled out my black soot distress oxide, and I'm going to add some of that in between each of the kind of circles. So it's not like a really dark black colour, it's more of a grey, just to kind of blend in some of those bright colours and just tone them down a little bit, because the Storyteller collection is quite kind of grungy, a bit vintage looking. And I do try and add some circles in the areas where the circles are likely to show. But as you can see, I'm doing absolutely nothing to that cut file that I've cut out, just literally gonna add it on top with some foam squares. So just added some more water, and I'm going back in with a different stamp. So this is a kind of mosaic Moroccan looking stamp that I've got from Caramel Studios. And now I'm happy with that background, and I'm just adding my photos on top to see what they look like. So I'm going with black and white photos because I've got quite a lot of colour going on in the background, and these are just photos of me in my office at work in various different guises, a couple with different PPEs on and one with kind of a headset on. I just wanted to document kind of how different work is with regards to having to wear different PPE and doing different things, like lots of virtual meetings that we would usually have in person. So I'm just matting each photo on patterned paper, so I've gone with colours that match the background. So I've got a blue and then kind of a two that match the peacock feathers, like the tealy green blue colour, and they're all from the same Vicki Boutin collection. So I'm going to stick them flush to the cut file, which means that I will put a few foam squares in underneath just to make sure that I don't get any dips in the photos, so they look okay on the background. And now I've pulled out these puffy letters and words from the same collection, and I'm using the 1, 2, 3 because I just thought they were a bit quirky and a bit different, and I just added a little bit of something to my layout and just wanted to put them on each photo. And I do play around with the positioning of them. You'll see later on that they do move about. And then I'm going to use the word currently, but I was conscious it wouldn't stand out against that busy background, so I'm using the kind of aqua tealy colour, and I'm just creating a mat behind the word. So I've just stuck it down and now I'm just cutting round carefully with some scissors. So as you can see now, it really stands out against that background. And I'm going to have it there where that the number 3 is, so I do just have to move it along a bit. So I'm going to go through the stickers and the chipboard for this collection and look at what I can use, what fits. I really like this circle that says "This Life," but it doesn't work out with the with all the circles in the background. It's just too much. So I'm just distressing the edge of that title before I stick it down. And now I'm just going to add this little arrow that says "Real Life." So I feel like this is like real life currently. Now hopefully this will not be real life indefinitely, but who knows. I'm just going through and looking what other stickers I've got that I can use. So I've pulled out this other one that says "True Story," and I've popped that to the top left of that photo at the top. Now I'm just, like I said, going through the collections, looking at what other little stickers and labels I can add in, and I'm sticking with a bit of an arrow theme. So I'm just popping these chipboard ones in, overlapping that middle photo so that they've all got a little bit of something overlapping them. So I really like this chipboard piece that says "One Day at a Time," so I've gone with that at the bottom, and I'm adding some of the puffy hearts from those word stickers. Once I'm happy with all the hearts, I'm going to add in some of the Peartree pieces. So I've pulled out the kind of navy colours just to kind of add a bit of darker tone to this layout, and they really then pop off the top of that cut file. So I've just added a few here and there, but they just add a nice finishing touch, and then, as I often do, a bit of a gold splatter here and there. So thank you for joining me, and I can't wait to see what you create for challenge number 18, which is to pair your cut file with nothing. So no painting and no backing.